welcome to our channel. As I had promised you last time, we are going to do this a series, and we are continuing from where we stopped last time about the youth and the church and why they do not come to church. So welcome, I have 3 guests for you. I am your host, Frida Lenkano. Welcome guys, you'll start by introducing yourselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Tom Kataka and I'm happy to be part of the panel.
Hi everyone, my name is Yvonne Vanessa. I'm a member of APMI and I'm happy to be here today.
Hello, I'm Moses Leach. I'm glad to be here today. I'm an APMI youth representative.
Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. So this is a continuous. Last time we were with Mr. Tom. We were talking about the reasons why the youth have not yet come to church. We wish to reach many people because we are here to welcome them and to tell them they are free and welcomed to worship with us. So Yvonne, I'll start by you. Why do you think the youths have refused to come to church?
Okay, for me, according to the society, right now, you find so many youths outside there, they are taken away by peer pressure. For example, like you find a youth outside there having so many friends, and the friends, like, they are not doing the actions that can lead to them taking each other to church and worshiping God. So instead they end up like doing different kind of things, earthly or vitu za dunia yani. So when you find them outside there doing such things, okay, for the youth mwenye akona how friends ataona okay, nikienda church, yet all my friends are outside there having fun, doing different kind of things zoko za duniani, okay, watu watanibeba aje. So this youth ends up saying, okay, instead of going to church nionekane mshamba, or kinda some things nionekane mi sina formula, mi ni mshamba, let me just do what they are doing, at least niwafurahishe na niendelee na wao being their friend. So anaenda kuona hizo vitu wanafanya ni more fun than kujihusisha na mambo ya kanisa. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Peer pressure, I totally agree. Moses, what do you have to add to that?
Okay, in my understanding, one thing I would say that one thing that keeps the youth out of church is lack of personal conviction. They feel like when they go into the space, the church is basically meant for the elderly persons, and with that they feel that the moment they get into the space, nobody is going to recognize their presence, and with that they don't see the essence of being in that space if somebody is not going to feel their presence, or is not going to feel the impact that they're going to bring into the space. And with regards to that, they decide, let's keep a distance and let's have fun out here rather than going somewhere where somebody is not going to feel my presence. So lack of personal conviction about whatever they are going to receive from the church, about whatever they are going to gain, and the impact they are going to put into the church is one thing that keeps them away. So that's my view.
Oh, thank you so much. Mr. Tom, what do you think are some of the expectations the church or the society has towards the youth that is making them not come to church?
With regards to that question, I think a major hindrance that the youth are facing is when the society expects a perfect youth in an imperfect world. So this is one of the societal expectations that really limit how the youth can engage with the church. So it's just the issue of not allowing the youth to come as they are and embrace them as they are. So that brings in as one of the societal expectations that hinder the youth from coming.
Wow, yeah. Moses, maybe I'd like to ask you, what do you think the youth is expecting from the church or the society?
Okay, thank you for that question. In my thinking, I believe that there's a lot that the youth may expect from the church, and there's a lot the youths may expect from the society at large. And one of the things that I would believe that the youths would expect from the church is mental health support. The youth really needs that support because, you know, as a youth, there's a lot that they desire to achieve, they desire to experience, and as a result of that, there's a lot that come up with that. So with regards to that, they need that mental support. So, because, you know, as the youths grow, some doesn't have the feeling that at times I need to fail for me to achieve something. At times I have to fall for me to rise again. So with regards to that, the moment they experience that failure and they don't get the exact support or the right support for them to rise again, then basically it's going to affect them. So that's one thing that they really need. Another thing that I would say that the youths may expect from the society is inclusivity. The youth really expect to be included in matters that are affecting the society. Things to do with like environmental maintenance, taking care of our environment, they expect that. They expect to be engaged in the political activities. More so when we are approaching elections, they feel like they want to be part of that. And if nobody holds them, then definitely they want to be in the right mind to make the right decisions and to consider what are some of the qualities that I need in my leader. Yeah, so I believe that those are some of the things that the youth may expect from the society.
Thank you so much, Moses. That's a very good point, because I think the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. The youths are the parents of tomorrow. So I think when they have the support, if they have the support and all those things, they're going to be able to raise a good generation of tomorrow. Mr. Tom, what do you think you can add on to what Moses has said?
In addition, I think the youth are also looking for a safe place, a place where they can come and just share out their issues and talk about their issues. So another hindrance is when we do not have a place of safety for the youth. So the youth are really yearning for a place in church in which their own decisions, in which their own ideas can be safely incorporated in the church. And also I can talk about equality. The youth are also looking at an environment where they can be given a chance equally, either male or female. They're just looking for a place where you come as a youth and you're considered an equal in the church.
Wow. Yeah, thank you also, because at least the youth, we have a space in this world. That's all that matters. I'd like to ask you one. This is a personal question. I don't know if you mind. You have a nose ring, you are wearing a trouser. Are you comfortable going to church like that?
Okay, for me, I don't have a problem with that. I just feel comfortable. I just feel okay, because the church is all about your heart and a good relationship with God. So if you have a good relationship with God and your heart is on to God and you know yourself, you're doing the right thing, you're on the right state in the church, you're just fine. I guess it's right and it's okay. You just accept yourself the way you are. You come to church and you just come to church and serve God, because after all, you have accepted yourself and you have a good relationship with God. Let the Lord judge you. Don't look upon at what people will say. You just come to church, accept yourself the way you are. Bother your heart is clean unto God and you know yourself, like you have a good relationship with God. That's what matters.
Do people say, like, Yvonne is wearing a nose ring and she's coming here? Have you heard people talk about that?
Okay.
And how does it make you feel?
For people do talk and people will forever talk. But what I believe is that once you have a good relationship with your Father, the living God, I guess that's all you need. You know yourself, you know what's right, you know all you need in the church, you know what you should supposed to do. I guess that's what's right. And my point is that you having a good relationship with God and you know yourself, that's what matters. People will talk, but you know yourself and our living God knows you better than the people who are talking. So the good relationship you have with God, that's all that matters.
Thank you so much. Moses, what would you like to advise the youth maybe and tell them a little bit about their APMI and yeah.
Thank you for another chance. Okay, there's a lot that I would wish to tell the youth. First and foremost, there's this statement that has been misused so much, more so with our leaders, that the youths are leaders of tomorrow. But one thing that we must always understand is that leadership doesn't wait for us to be there. We have to initiate it from here. Then as we walk towards that, we are building on what we already have. So one thing that I would really like to recommend for the youth to try to do while they are trying to build themselves is self-discovery. They must take time to discover themselves. Then who am I? You know? So for you to engage positively, you must know who you are and what is it that I can give. So first, the youths must learn to discover themselves. Self-discovery is key. The second thing I would advise the youth is about education. It is important to prioritize learning a skill, equipping yourself with the knowledge, and they also have to recognize the fact that it is not only through formal education that success comes. Yeah, so they should, as much as they are learning, as much as they are building the knowledge, but they should not have it like, I have to go to school, primary, secondary, university for me to be successful in life. Because one thing I know that there's a way God has blessed us. We have been given different talents. And through these talents that God has given us, we have the opportunity to build ourselves without going through the formal education. There are people who have built themselves through sports, athletics, and such co-curriculum activities. So they also need to take a priority with regards to what? Education. The next thing I would advise the youth is to learn to balance. Learn to balance what is it that you need and what is it that you want to give. Because there are times that we want to give more than we can provide. And as a result of that, we find ourselves in difficult situations that we cannot find a way of coming out. And those are the things that affects the youth. You end up getting some depression and such, because maybe there are some promises that you made to yourself or you made to those who are around you that you cannot fulfill. So you need to balance. What is it that I can give and what is it that I can receive? The youth should have their mental health as a priority. That's another thing. Their mental health should be a priority. Each and every time, whenever we are engaging, consider how right is your mental health, so that you don't find yourself in a situation, some kind of depression that can lead you to some kind of suicidal thoughts or something of the sort. So their mental health should be a priority. So whenever they're making decisions, they should always consider their mental health, have it as a priority. The youth should also have things to do with the empathy. They need to see things from other people's perspective. Not that at all times they have to be right. There are times that they have to consider that I'm not right, I'm wrong. And with that, they give priority to things like apologizing and reconsidering, reconciliation, recognizing the mistakes that they have made, and considering what? Reconciliation. So that they can also create a conducive environment for each and every one of them. Lastly, I would say that another thing that the youth must remember is that in life, there are ups and downs. At times you can fall, at times you can succeed. So in each and every time, whenever you're facing any situation, whenever you want to tackle anything, you must recognize that I might go there and I might not achieve what I want. So be ready that in case something happens contrary to what you expected, then there's a way that you are going to hold yourself and withdraw from that situation without harming yourself in any negative way. So I think that's what I can add. And with regards to that and everything that happens, the youth as I had said earlier, the education thing, there are opportunities that help the youth to build themselves.
Yeah.
These opportunities, as APMI, African Peace Mission Institute,
Yes.
we've offered opportunities. And just like I had said that, it is not a matter for somebody to succeed through formal education. We've provided other skills that can you do with your hands, the things that you do as you see, and at the end of the day, they help you to earn a living. We are offering programs like catering, we are offering programs like tailoring, we are offering programs like saloon, barber, and we are giving basic computer skills to our students. Generally, as APMI, what we are working on is to provide a computer-assisted learning, whereby the student doesn't have to engage the facilitator or the teacher one-on-one. The learning process is basically between the computer and the student. So the student engages the material that is online, they acquire the skill, and with that they're also able to actualize that skill. Because you know, when you read a theory, you can read a theory and relate. When you are given a procedure, you are given the ingredients that is needed for you to prepare a material, and you are given a procedure. I believe that anybody that is committed can achieve something at the end of the day. So we are working on a computer-assisted learning, because the generation that we are living in now is basically about technology. We are going to move from the physical classes where the teacher has to be there for the teacher to facilitate the learning process, and we are moving to a space where the student facilitates their learning process. So basically the learning process is learner-centered. So as APMI, I would really love to encourage anybody out there who desires to take these opportunities. Please join us so that we can walk this journey together. At the end of the day, you are going to benefit something that is going to enable you to build your life in one way or the other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Moses. I think before we close, I'd like to ask, in case of the viewer, if you said you are offering skills, do we need to pay for them, or what do we need?
Okay, with regards to that question, I would say that currently we are not charging anything like fee. Basically what we do, we just invite students. Those who come, we give them forms, they fill the forms. Form is just a way of committing yourself, that I'm part of this family, and then from there, the learning process takes place. Every other thing that they will be using for their practical classes and every other thing is offered by the program.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think this is a good opportunity for the youth out there, and we really appreciate that opportunity. Mr. Tom, would you like to say something before we close?
I would just like to thank you for this opportunity that you have given us just to talk about matters concerning youth. This will be my parting shot at this time. I think the kind of question that God is asking us at the moment is just the same question that he asked Adam in the book of Genesis 3:9, where he asked, "Where are you?" So I think this is a question that is being posed to all the youth outside there. God is asking us, where are we?
Yvonne, any advice to the youths? Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. For me, I would just like to tell the youth outside there that first of all, let us learn to accept ourselves. Let us take ourselves the way we are, despite everything you're going through and any background, wherever we're coming from. Let's just accept ourselves. Let's take ourselves the way we are, and everything will be fine. And for the youths in the church, let us not just have so many limitations for attacking us not to come to church. Let us just come to church. Let us worship. Despite everything, the Lord is going to help us grow spiritually. I invite every youth outside there to look for a place of worship, because right now worshiping the Lord is the only thing that can help the youth. Yeah, I guess that's all I can say. Worshiping the Lord and serving God is a very good way of making the Lord in heaven happy. Yeah.
Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you so much, guys. I'd like to appreciate you all for taking your time to be here. I'd also like to encourage us, let's keep fighting for the youth, because that's tomorrow's generation. That's the world tomorrow. So thank you so much. Thank you, viewer. If you have any comments down there, please, you can like the video. Thank you so much.